Hi, welcome to our reading for the end of December 2016. Remember, it's a general reading. See what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign, and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave? Preparing for that wave? Crashing into the wave? Riding the wave or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, definitely try to check out the playlist, the music below. See if there's some personal messages for you in the lyrics, the music, the videos. Just enjoy the tunes. Thank you for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you in a moment for the reading. Hi, Leo. Welcome to our reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the last third of December 2016. So it's for December 22nd through the 31st. We're going to start with the Guardian Angel Tarot cards for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Let's get clarity and focus on the energies coming on through at the end of December 2016 for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and some wisdom to ride these energetic waves best for all of us. Let's start with one card for the end of 2016 going in to 2017 for Leo. The Six of Thought. So that's nice. That's like the Six of Swords. That's like all of the storms that may have been brewing. Even though there may have been delays, it was to help you navigate how to avoid future delays. So you've come a long way. You've learned a lot. You've gotten in the driver's seat and you've figured out how to use all your tools, to figure out something that was bothering you, to work out some solutions in a bunch of situations you were going through that are now just going to be smooth sailing. So the storm is over, and if another storm comes, you'll get through it easier. Or you have everything prepared on your boat, yacht, submarine, ship, car, truck, house, backyard, tent, mobile home, camper, whatever, you know, ready to go for that next wave that comes. You're prepared now. So it's going to be an easier road from here on out. Like, you may have gone through something in the past and it like you went through it. You know, you didn't know how to handle a situation. You did not know how you would ever figure that out, Leo, but somehow you did. Somehow you got through it. Somehow you feel stronger because of it. Even though before you may have felt like you were being swallowed by the waves, swallowed by the storm, you know, fell off the boat, not sure how to navigate what was going on around you, but that was for you to learn, for you to get up and do it again, for you to find the right ship for you, the right road for you. I hear the right medium. So maybe you're doing the same kind of skills, but actually working with a different medium. Like, that makes me think of an artist, but maybe you're an artist and you're going to do a little bit of music, or you're a musician and you're going to do, I see like, I don't know, I saw like an organization business or something like that. Maybe a cleaning business, or Maybe something, I'm seeing a house cleaning up. So maybe like a vacation home, or, you know, maybe some kind of residual income, like a commercial you could do when you get paychecks for 10, 15 years down the line. You figured out how to do it. It's not like in summer stock, it's getting that one commercial gig, that voiceover. You go in your pajamas. You didn't even know all those weird cartoon voices you did are going to be useful now. You know, all those bedtime stories that you read, or all those weird voices you did while you were playing video games might come in handy. You know, it might be a jingle. Maybe you do voiceovers and you're like, these jingles suck. I could totally do that. And you start to do your own. Or you're an actor and you decide to, what did I say before? Now I lost it, so maybe that went away. Jingles, actor, I'm thinking like, oh, the business, the home. So maybe you have like, I'm going back to residual income. Maybe you have some kind of passive income. So you figured out a way to rent out a room in your home, or put an extra room on your home so you can rent a small apartment, or move to a smaller apartment and rent your home, or rent your summer home, or buy something you can fix up and eventually rent out, or get a roommate. You know, something like that, or become a roommate instead of having a big house you don't need. Something that's closer to work, something that helps somebody else out that you kind of like anyway. It's finding the easier road. Somehow it's going to be presented to you, but I feel like you figured it out. Maybe you're presenting it to someone else, being like, I went through this, just do it this way. You know, save yourself some time. I've already gone through it. This is the best way to go about it. There's a seashell here. So maybe you're doing something by water, by a lake, by a river, across a river. Maybe you have to cross a river to get there. It could actually be physical travel too, like going somewhere, going on a trip. I'm getting a lot of that for all of the signs. Just so you know, Leo, there's a lot of vacations, or planning a vacation, or taking some time off, or some downtime before a big transition, but it looks like yours is smooth all around. You know, like it's not just you taking time out and like going on a different energy plane to burst somewhere else. It's like a smooth transition for you. I just saw like a water slide. So maybe there's a way to do something where you can just slide into something that brings you, you know, like, I hear abundance, but I feel like it's just, it starts with how you feel abundant. You know, like you weren't feeling good about something, therefore your energy was getting stagnant or worrisome, or maybe too contemplative, like thinking too much. And now you don't have to think so hard about something because you have something nice coming in. Or it could just be an extra job you do every 2 weeks, one shift. Something like that. Something cushy, you know, nice, that brings just enough income in to help you out. You know, to make it a little easier to pay the bills, a little easier to take that vacation, a little easier. Maybe it's something where you find out you can do one shift or one client or one project or something, and you get a bigger investment out of it. Maybe you put a little more time and energy into it. You had some storms. You had to figure some things out. But once you worked out the kinks, it's smooth sailing. Once you do it a couple times, it's not so hard to maybe do that same formula, so you're always sailing smooth. So find the formula that works for you and go with that. You know, ride that wave, or find the next one that's better, that feels right. Peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see that your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away. Just, I feel like for you, it even feels better, faster. You know, like, I don't know, like it's a good, maybe it's just a good time the whole way. I'm still getting a water slide for some reason. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. That's funny because I'm getting a lot of the World card, and that sometimes means to go to a different country or cross water or a different environment. But I feel like for you, Leo, it's a more local thing. It's maybe a few states, maybe a country away, but I think even if you go on an airplane or in a flight, it doesn't take that long. I don't feel like for you, it's taken the whole day on the airplane. You know, I don't feel like there's many connections that have to be made along the way. You're just going to sort of do a direct flight this time. Maybe first class, you know, so it feels cozy. Maybe this is even just like, I don't know, I just saw like heated seats in your car. Maybe it's just like an upgrade from your transportation, you know, you had before. You're getting something like heated seats and you're like, wow, I didn't know this could make my back feel so good, you know, or like, you know, keep me awake in the morning when I'm usually starting my car and I'm freezing. Or maybe you go somewhere on a little vacation, you rent a car that you would never have tried out and you kind of like it. And, you know, you can maybe like think about that the next time you're thinking about getting a new car, or there's someone around you who's looking for a car and you're like, by the way, I tried that car and it's awesome. Or I tried that car and it sucks. It looks cute from the outside, but no power, no steering. Don't go for it unless you just want a cheap rental. You know, it could be something like that. You learn, you know, that car wasn't so good on that rental experience, but now you know, even though you always thought it was cute, you know, you would have just gone and maybe bought it before, and now you know better. You know, maybe if you didn't try a few things out, you wouldn't have known. So, I feel like you found the boat for you. You found the mode of transportation for you. Perhaps you don't like flying, and you found the perfect buddy to go along with you on a road trip. And you're into that. Maybe it's more about that experience, that trip, than, you know, getting there quick. Maybe you're going off the beaten path a little bit. All right, Leo, let's go to the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Mochetti and get another card for Leo. Sun, Moon, and Rising on the Six of Air, the Six of Swords, the Six of Thought. It's balance in your thoughts and in your body enough that you feel free to go on out and explore, to stretch your wings and do something different, to try it again and like get in the driver's seat, you know? Try this, I hear journey on for size. So maybe you need to try something on for size. Maybe you thought, somebody thought, I don't know, you were too big for your britches, or you thought you wouldn't fit in those big shoes and you actually fit in those shoes now. It was sort of weird. Okay, let's get a card for Leo. And that's the Chariot. Oh, Leo, that's a big victory card. That's not just, it's funny, there's been a few signs I got like the small victory, minor arcana kind of cards, or big completion and big changeover and all over life. But this is you really involved in that big ass change. Like you really learned something going through whatever you did in those storms, Leo. You learned big time, or you're getting a big learning experience coming through so you can take the reins and do it. This is being able to handle two different energies, two situations, have it under control because you've learned, you've come a long way. Like you know how to get the engine started on the stick shift and the automatic and the truck and the boat, and you know how to hitch the trailer and fix your tire and change the oil and help someone else out at the same time. You got it all going on. You know, use that as a reference to anything, a parable, but wherever this is that you felt like you weren't quite in control before, you're going to feel now in control. Like you understand why that had to happen, why you had to go a certain direction, why you're back here now. You know, you're in the driver's seat now. Look at these beautiful horses. These horses look like a weird, oh my, that's so weird. I bet it was like a typical 80s painting. I want to say Lisa Frank, like Lisa Frank art, but let me let you see this. You see that there's the wave here and the horses are like coming out of the wave. I feel like I had a painting or a poster or something like that in the 80s on the wall or somewhere that I used to see it. So maybe there's something about the 80s or the 90s or like horses coming out of water, and that makes sense to you. It's like your chariot is on water here. This is Major Arcana 7. I also see Cancer, and it's big victory. It's taking the reins. There's this mechanism or clock or like I want to say something that has to do with sound. I mean, when I see something by the ocean like that, I see, which is weird. Usually the chariot is running on the land. It has like a black and a white sphinx or a black and a white horse or two different energies. Sometimes they're calm. Sometimes they're moving fast, but you're usually the one who's calm under like big energetic circumstances. You're still calm and in control, or you know how to take the reins. I totally heard Tighten Up by Black Keys, so I'll put that below. But when I see this and anything by the water, I think of a tuning fork, Neptune, sound, vibration, how much bigger vibration is through water, or how different it is in water. So maybe there's a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer around you, or you're tapping into your emotional body here. You're hearing something, you're magnifying energy out. It's vibrating differently, like it's easier in water. You know how pressure, like, you know, if you go to pick somebody up in a pool, they're light, you know, until you get them out of the water and you do something like a handstand, you feel after they get into the air how much heavier it is here, how much more dense it feels because we're so much water. So we feel more like the water. So all of that pressure goes away and it's easier to control when you allow emotion in. Maybe there's more emotion that needs for this to flow better for you, Leo. Maybe that's what puts you in control, allowing your heart to open up a little bit. And that's really that vulnerability, that diving into the ocean emotion is how you gain your control. And when I see that, I see vibration. And I think of some really, really, really fancy ass tuning fork. Or what I see is really weird. I have, I'm going to show you, I'll pause it, I'll be right back. I'm going to show you a little show and tell. All right, the bottom of my guitar here just has these nubs where it goes in. And I recently bought this pretty cheap student, you know, electric / acoustic violin. And it's like a student violin because it has these. Now, sometimes, you know, only the E will have this peg. But when I look at that, when I see this, you see that? That's what I see, Leo. So maybe you do something with a stringed instrument, or it's about just a little adjustment in how you tune something that gets this going, that makes that perfect vibration, frequency, harmonic note to come through, to not just ring victory into your world, ring truth into your world, ring harmony in your world. I feel like it's a whole orchestra. It rings out. It has ripples or vibrations that go out there. And I feel like the victory is extended beyond you. It's like as you move along, the other horses or these other energies are coming on board with you in support, in harmony, singing along. And like this whole thing is adjusting everything in your world. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's get one more card for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising. You have such a nice reading. It's a Major Arcana number 7. So you also have a progression here. It starts with you getting your thoughts in tune, in alignment, thinking straight, using your heart, maybe thinking with your heart, you know, starting moving, getting going and figuring it out on the way, figuring out that you actually had enough power and willpower and drive and energy and strength to do it all along, you know, or you've been thinking about doing it too long and it's time to move. It's time to move. I feel like it's going to be a nice journey. Even if it's just you going somewhere, you're going to have a good time along the way. Not just when you get there, but the whole thing. Or even weird things that happen are going to be the parts you remember later. I feel like that one wants to come. That's creative project. I'm going to pull one more for you because I didn't really pull that. I felt like it was sticking out. So your soul longs to express itself in a creative ways. We are guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion in your life. So it starts with thinking with your heart, putting some creative flair in there. You know, something that you want to dive into. You're not afraid to dive deep and come back to the surface, like breathing, like in and out. This is being in the now too. Look at that harp. Maybe something with a harp, a vortex, a tunnel, a way through. I feel like there's light sparkling out of her fingers when she plays these notes. And I feel like when you play something like a harp, it's almost like dancing too. It's almost like the violin, right? I don't have my bow, so I'm not going to play, but it's how you move your body all together with, you know, all being precise and everything here, but it's how you flow that makes the notes. You know, sometimes it's singing or it's something that's embouchure or coming from your diaphragm or whatnot, but this, a string, is your body connection. So maybe it's connection with your body. Let's get one more card for Leo. And listen, this is also another one that's come up. So maybe your inspiration is coming through music, through lyrics, you know. Maybe it's not taking hold of these reins super heavy, but it's having a gentle flow with what comes through next, the next wave, you know. You have a nice balance here. You know, you have air and thought. You have the Chariot, which is, I feel like, overall balance. But it's also a 7, so it's towards truth. It's towards a big, true direction that feels right in you. You know, maybe it starts with a little project and it goes a big direction. But your signs are going to come through quiet time. You know, when you're in something and you start to make something, you start to do your art and you just lose sense of time because you fell in love with it, with what you were doing, where you were putting your energy. Quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything's been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desires, manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. So maybe the way to have the ultimate control is to come back into yourself and maybe even listen to yourself. How far you've come, what you've actually learned, what has become clear to you, what is going to become clear to you, you know, and which direction to go. If you're not sure and you took a wrong turn, you know, just wait for that sign to come in. Wait for that nudge to say, I should ask that person or look this up in my GPS, or maybe stay off this detour for a little bit and see what's over here. You never know what you'll expect. Maybe it was there for a divine reason. All right, Leo, I love you guys so much. I hope this was helpful and something resonated for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.